It's Nathalie, and I've been working on little shabby flowers for my son's wedding, and this one is going to go on the little flower girls basket. And so I'm going to make another one of these to show you what I did. And then I think I probably am going to be through with making little shabby flowers, but we shall see, because I really enjoy doing this. So I've got four by 4, and I'm using Osnaburg, but you can use muslin. And you can also ravel out the sides. Now I'm going to cut the edges off of this after a while, so I'm not really going to worry so much about raveling out that. And then I've got some smaller pieces. So these are 4 by 4 also. This one's 2 inches wide and 4 inches long. This one's probably about 1 inch, and they're torn, and then 4 inches long. I've got this one that I'm going to make the little twisted rose with, and it's 2 inches wide. And I'm going to use probably about 7 inches of this, I think. I've got a circle that I cut out of canvas, just a little bit stronger. That's going to be the base to stitch everything to. You could use hot glue, but I like this. And then I've got some pieces of lace and a piece of crochet that I cut off of a doily. And then some other little pieces of, this is an old piece of tattered lace. And let's see if I move this, you can see it a little bit better. Let me put my hand there. There you go. And then a little piece of ruffled lace. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the rose first, just to show you. And this is not mine, and it's kind of an older technique. But my mama used to use satin ribbon, and she put roses on everything. So roll at a diagonal, roll that in to get it going, and then turn. This is going to make the bud part of it. And then roll, and then turn, and roll, turn, and roll. Now my fabric has folded on me, but that's okay. Turn and roll. Turn. And I think that's about as big as what I want that. So I'm going to cut that off to finish it out. So let me grab my scissors real quick. And then I'll fold that little part under. That's about the same size as that one. Got my needle. Does it have a knot? It doesn't have a knot yet. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to turn it upside down and run that needle through there. And I'm going to catch several layers of this. Wrap it around, stitch through. And you can make this much larger if you want to, just a rolled flower. You can also use hot glue if you want to, but I did not want to use hot glue. Okay, and I'm going to cut this excess off. And then do me another stitch through this back part. And then knot it. There we go. All right. So there's that. Set this to the side. And there's the little rosebud. So I'm going to do my ruffling stuff first so that I can get that kind of fixed and out of the way. And I've showed you this on other tutorials. I'm going to ruffle this, but just in case you missed that, let me go ahead and do this again. So I've got my thread doubled, and I have a knot, and I'm going to loop through so I can catch. So with the lace, it'll pull back through if you're not careful. So do a little wide running stitch. This is about 12 inches long, like I said. So that one is going to look like that because it's going to go right in here in between these layers. All right. This next part is going to feel just a little bit strange. So what you're going to do, oops, my camera's just shaking like crazy, is you're going to fold in half and then shift it just a little bit so it's kind of sort of diagonal. But then when you fold it in, you want to kind of move this edge back out, and then the same thing here. So you've got just a little bit more fullness in there than if you just folded it half and half again. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. Let me get one that doesn't have the wrinkle on the edge of it. It's just going to be a little bit of a diagonal, and this is about halfway folded in, but it's not like perfectly matched there. And then the same thing here, it's a little bit fuller. Okay, and then that's going to go right to the middle of your circle, and we will stitch in and stitch across to make sure that we've got that secure there. Okay, and then looks like I'm gonna have to go get another one because I only have 3 of them in here and I need 4. All right, so a little bit diagonal, find that middle, fold it in a little bit. It's not just square, it's a little bit off. And then the same thing on this side. You're not going to fold it in exactly square. So you've got a little bit of fullness in there. I sure hope that makes sense. And because I want these to be sort of kind of even, I'm going to put this one across. Stitch through. There. A little bit of a diagonal, and it doesn't matter whether the diagonal is this way or this way. It really doesn't matter. Find about that halfway part. A little tuck in, but not exactly. There we go. And I'm going to go to the other side. Make sure that's secure. And I'm going to run go get me another piece, another 4-inch square. Okay, I've got my another square, and I'm going to do a little diagonal again. Fold it again in the half, and a little tuck in right there. Looks about right. Scoot that out of the middle so it's not so full in the right in the middle, because we want to kind of tuck in a little bit. All right, and I'm going to offer these in my Etsy store. I'll put the link below. I'm going to offer the kits and with a video so that you can link to it and make your own, or you can come back here. But sometimes just to get this fabric, you know, is kind of a pain. And I've got the crochet stuff, and the only thing that might vary a little bit will be this this little lace right here. But I'm going to put those kits in my little shop. All right, so that gets that. Now then, I want this, my next layer is this little lace that I was just talking about. So I'm going to lay that right in here. And I'm just going to do a couple of little loose stitches, maybe right in here, just something to keep it from shifting too much on me, but I don't want it real stitched down. Just in a few little spots. very loose stitches. Tie that off. Okay, so the next step is going to be to make the stack. So I've got 2 of these wide pieces, and I'm going to put this right in the middle. You know what? I'm going to trim those off just a little bit more because they go wider than that little piece of lace. So let me trim that a little bit. And there, and there. And then my next layer, that's the 2 wide ones. Then the next layer is, let me see what I've got. The little piece of lace. That's next. And then these 2 pieces. Then the piece of crochet. And this little piece of lace. All right, so I'm going to stitch those in and get me some more thread. I've got my stack made, and I've got my needle threaded and coming from the back to the front. I'm going to catch this, and I'm going to do through 2 times. Come back through to the front to get this going. Now, my next step is I have these 2 pieces of cord, that little cotton nubby cord, and I'm going to fold them in half and make a little bow. But I'm not going to tie the bow. I am just going to, and I don't want the ties that long, so let me do this. Let me find my half, and I'm going to stitch my half down. See where I'm at. I'm on top, so it'll go through there. All right, and so now I'm going to make my little loop, and so that there's a little tails that hang down, and another little loop. And kind of play with those to get them positioned right. And stitch those down on the back side. I'm just going to do 1 loop through because I'm fixing to put my rosebud on here. So here's my rosebud, and so whenever I stitch this, I'm going to stitch through several layers of this. So put through the back and into the rose itself. And you can see kind of where it's going through right there. And that's going to help secure the layers of the rose and keep it anchored down. Like I'm here on the side, I don't want to put in a real hard stitch right there. I don't want it to pucker, but that'll secure that. There we go. I want to come up through the middle also to make sure that middle is caught. I think like 2 more stitches through, and then I will be done. On this side. And I feel like that's caught pretty good. All right, I think that's good enough. I think I'll just go ahead and stitch that in. And to clean finish this back, I'll cut me one more piece of this canvas and just hot glue that to the back of this. Put either a pin or a clip or something, however it's going to attach to the back. Probably she is going to hot glue these to the basket. This one, you can see that this one kind of has like almost like a star shape or a angular shape, and this one's round. So I'm going to go ahead and, so these will match. Kind of scrunch them a little bit. And then I'm going to just trim off these points. Make sure I don't cut my lace. Okay. And kind of mush these edges, grab some threads and pull, and so that it'll kind of shabby it up, or countryfied, or however it is that you want to do that. Okay, I've shabbied it up on the sides. It's nice and round, and I've got me two little flowers for my Flower Girl baskets. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, give me a thumbs up and make a comment in the comments below. Be sure and visit my haul closet for this and other tutorials. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye.